Hello, this is your Cincy guy, and today we will be talking about the offseason and how the offseason will be huge to this coming season. If you guys didn't know, sadly, the Cincinnati Bengals came up short of making the Super Bowl once again, 23-20. So we will also talk about that. Thank you for tuning in. This is your Cincy guy. As a lot of people know already, Cincinnati Bengals got eliminated by the Kansas City Chiefs 23-20 in a game that was a game that was not complete for us. Probably the worst game we've played in a long, long time. It looked like we were just out there not doing our job, especially our offensive line. It's something that we have addressed, and yes, once we come back for next season, hopefully all of our offensive linemen will be back. I'm not so sure what the update is on Lyle Collins because of his torn ACL, but hopefully when we do come back for next season, everything is good and our offensive line is back together. So one big thing that you can expect this offseason is a Joe Burrow contract extension. Joe Burrow is on his third year, and he's going into this offseason his fifth-year option. So expect the Bengals to explore that. But one thing that I've been thinking about through my head all day and for a while now, why do we even, I'm not saying that I don't want Burrow, but why do we even bother re-signing Burrow or extending Burrow if we can't even protect him? He's not going to want to stay with a poverty franchise hasn't had recent success. Obviously, we had great success last year and even this season. But recently, we haven't had success in the past, and why would he want to stay with some franchise that's, I don't know, that is just not a winning franchise? And so why would we want to sign him if we can't even bother to protect Burrow? Sure, he's going to cost a lot of money. Sure, obviously. But obviously that's number one. Number two, another thing I can expect this offseason is for us not to re-sign Jesse Bates. Yes, Jesse Bates was on his last contract, on a franchise tag this offseason. Yes, it was most likely his last game against Kansas City yesterday. I just don't expect us to re-sign him. To let him walk. Number two, I expect to see a little bit, not a lot, but a decent amount of free agent moves this offseason. I expect us to get a safety before in case Dax Hill doesn't lead up to the expectation that we need him to this offseason. And another thing in the draft, this is the final thing that we need to do in the offseason. During the draft is we need to draft an offensive lineman every single round. Besides maybe like the third round, we can take like a corner because that's also another spot that we need. So, speaking of corner, another guy that I expect for us to let him walk is Eli Apple. Next year we will have Uzie back, thank goodness. So our top three corners will be Uzie, Cam Taylor-Britt, and Mike Hilton. And our fourth probably Trey Flowers. I don't know if he's on an expiring contract, but so I expect to watch us let Eli Apple walk. He has got too much attention to himself and too much attention to this organization. He has put a bad name on the organization, and he is just, me personally, I don't want him back. So that championship game, like I said, was not the best game. There's a lot of things that we could have improved on, but now we head on to next year, and so Bengals will, I believe it's the 17th easiest schedule or 17th hardest schedule in the league for next season. It is something that this team that obviously they can take it. So the Bengals' 17 opponents that they will have this year will be the will be the Baltimore Ravens, both away and at home. Cleveland Browns, both away and at home. Pittsburgh Steelers, both away and at home. Then we face the Texans, probably going to have Bryce Young, new face to the organization. Indianapolis Colts, probably going to have a new face to the organization along with CJ Stroud, most likely. Then the Super Bowl matchup, the rematch of a year ago, the Bengals versus Rams. Then we play the Seahawks, and we play the Vikings and the Bills. Those are the home games that we have. The away games that we will have will be the Baltimore Ravens, obviously, like I said, the Steelers and Browns. Then we go on to Arizona, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Tennessee, and then Kansas City. So obviously the official schedule hasn't been released yet, and we're still obviously looking for a lot of things. Or I'm excited for the schedule to come out, and yeah. So with that being said, this was a fantastic season, a season that I will never forget. Now that the season is over, my next video will most likely be a recap of the season, and then probably after that, because of because the NFL season is basically over, I'm probably gonna be finishing my ratings episodes, like the rating of the quarterbacks and the rating of the running backs. So be on the lookout for that. So with that being said, the Super Bowl matchup, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. I think I speak for every Bengals fan when I say, "Fly Eagles, fly." Um, we obviously wanted to be there, but we're not going to be in that position this year. The Cincinnati Bengals had a great shot. We had multiple chances, but we just couldn't capitalize, including Burrow's 2 picks that he threw late, and that's that last one late. Burrow just looked like he was really under a lot of pressure, and he was. There were just a lot of players that felt like it was their fault for what went down yesterday night. And one guy I want to talk about is Joseph Asai. He played his heart out that game. He was also the guy that shoved Patrick Mahomes out of bounds for the unnecessary roughness call, but that's not the reason we lost the game. There's not going to be one reason why we lost the game. Never. There's going to be multiple reasons, and I can give you 2 right now: the offensive line, and I'm not going to say Joseph Asai and Joe Burrow's turnovers and not be able to capitalize off points when we got into the red zone. There's a lot of reasons. The refs, I'm not going to put a lot of blame on them, but I'm going to put most of it. The refs just let the refs were the Chiefs. They were letting the Chiefs get away with everything. On that play where Joseph Asai shoved Patrick out of bounds, before Patrick Mahomes escaped out of the pocket, Trey Henderson was getting chokeholded. Something that the rest apparently didn't see. I saw it really well. I saw it from the bottom of my eye because obviously I was watching Patrick Mahomes on top, but I saw Trey Henderson getting held on our last drive of the year. Before we had to punt the ball to Kansas City, Joe Burrow got hit late, hit very late, and he was looking for the ref for the passer call. I was looking for the ref for the passer call. Just didn't get it. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to go into this offseason. Re-signings, letting people walk. Like I said, don't be surprised if you see Jesse Bates walk. So that being said, Cincinnati Bengals are now eliminated from playoff contention, and it's heartbreaking. And so because I'm the Cincy guy, I'm obviously still going to be talking about the Bengals, but thinking about making a little transition to the NBA. For the offseason, for the Bengals offseason. My NBA team's Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry having a fantastic year. Just a bunch of players that I could be talking about. So I'm also considering a transition to the NBA and see what I can do from there. But obviously my number 1 priority is Cincinnati Bengals because my name is the Cincy guy. If I do decide to make a Warriors page or a Warriors channel, it will be temporarily, and every once in a while I'll start making Bengals videos again. It will not just be a Warriors channel. So, with that being said, thank you for watching.
this was a fantastic year. I'm excited for what the future holds for us in the next coming years, but you didn't want the season to end this way, and unfortunately it did. You can't do nothing about it. Thank you for watching. That's all I can say. Thank you for watching. This is your Cincy Guy.